Hi everybody, this is Lefty Dad, and today I'm doing a replay using PC Replay Baseball, and it is the Replay's 1960s Diamond Decade disc. You can see it right here, and it's got all these teams that were kind of outstanding during the 1960s. And I will be doing a game between the 1967 Boston Red Sox and the 1968 Detroit Tigers, Jim Lonborg against Denny McLain. That was the season McLain won 30 games, and I will be controlling Boston because I was in junior high when that 67 series took place, and really became a big fan of the Boston Red Sox there because of Tony Conigliaro and all the players, Carl Yastrzemski, Mike Andrews, and Lonborg. So all of these teams, the games are set to take place during kind of a fictional 1970 season. So the game will be at Tiger Stadium. See how gorgeous everything is here. McLain is on the mound. I'm going to set this so that you can see what their actual stats were. So McLain was 31-6. He was 24 that year, and I guess after he retired, he drank like 4 liters of Coca-Cola or Pepsi every day and gained 200 pounds. He was married to Lou Boudreaux's daughter, Lou Boudreaux of the Cleveland Indian fame, and also an announcer for the Chicago Cubs. So you can see K-Line was playing first, 1968, I guess, and that 68 team was really tough. Reggie Smith and Boston, the Red Sox, were kind of a Cinderella team. You can see they won 92 games that year in 1967. So starting things off, Reggie Smith, 22 years old, going to be a ground out to Ray Oyler. I kind of know the names better in the 60s, so I don't think I'll be making so many horrible pronunciation mistakes. Mike Andrews, you can see the defense. Northrop, great center fielder. The rest of the outfield is kind of average, and the infield is really good, except for K-Line. I don't know how many. We'll find out how many. I don't know if it'll list how many games he played at first base that year, but everybody else is rated at 2. So the higher your number in the outfield, the better you are in these blue circles. The lower the number on the infield, the better you are. Mike Andrews is up, and he hits a short fly out to center field. And here's Carl Yastrzemski, who, I don't know if it's 1967, but you're getting to those years where nobody could hit the ball. The batting averages went way down. The pitchers had the big advantage. And I believe it was after the 68 season that they lowered the mound. So Yastrzemski's 326 was a tremendous batting average for that year. And he played... This says he played in 161 games. I guess up here it says he played 1 game in center field besides 161, so I guess maybe they switched him in the middle of the game. Okay, here's Yastrzemski. He can 44 home runs, and you see these 11s here in the 6th column. That's the power column. He can really, he'll hit them out of the park anywhere. This is going to be a line out, and you can see how the pitcher and the hitter cards merge here, so it's not a 50-50 game where, just automatically half the outcomes statistically will be with the pitcher, half will be with the hitter. The 3 indicates which column you read on both cards. The 2 indicates which row on the hitter, the white 2 and the white-blue, or the blue 2 on the pitcher. So you take a 1 here and it shows up yellow very conveniently. 1 for the pitcher. 1 is the best the pitcher can do in anything, so he's got plenty of 1s. His ERA was only 196 that year, so a 1 plus an 11, which is normally good, usually a extra base hit, but You would need a 16, so you actually would need like a 5 to get an extra base hit. Anyway, that's it for the top half of the first inning. Now, Lonborg, who won 22 games that year, and pitched 273 innings. He's nothing like McLain, though, I guess. I guess this is really offense against pitching, hitting against pitching. So McAuliffe hitting 249 leads off. McAuliffe will strike out. Lonborg was a good strikeout pitcher too for his time. He struck out 246 batters, 273 innings pitched. So that's really good. He was 6'5", very tall guy. Wayne, first pronunciation challenge. I think it's Comer. Anyway, I really at this point, I don't care if I mispronounce the names. And he only hit 125, so I don't know even why he's really in the lineup. And here's Al Kaline. Yeah, this says Kaline played 22 games at first base, 70 in right field, 5 in left field. And he's a really good outfielder. He's just not a good infielder. Okay, here's Kaline, 287. 33 years old, is going to be a pop out to third base. So one inning is over with. Here's Tony Canigliera. Tony debuted in 1964, and he was really young, I remember. So he was 19 when he debuted. He had got hit in the face, really damaged his career tremendously. I believe it was in 68 or something like that, but maybe it was this year, maybe it was in 67, because he only was in 95 games. Probably was this year. But he had a 519 slugging percentage. This is going to be a bunt down the line. Now, where it is good, I'd have to roll above a 2 on both of these, the computer would, to get him out, and it does not, because here's one of them is a 2. So successful bunt for Canigliera. And here's big George Scott. How tall was he? He was 6'2", Greenville, Mississippi. 23, and he debuted in 1966. 19 home runs, and that is going to be a most likely up here. You can see if this, the red are the 10s, the whites are the 1s. If it's between 11 and 53, it's going to be a fly out to left field, and it is a 42. So we have one out. Rico Petrocelli. Yeah, it's Petrocelli. It's not Petrocelli, it's Petrocelli. Good power hitter for a shortstop, but he strikes out. And now here's Joe Foy, who they all contributed to this pennant-winning team, which didn't win in the World Series against St. Louis, unfortunately, but couldn't overcome Bob Gibson. Foy provided some punch, and that is going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. So Lonborg is back on the mound, and you can see he's got 25 more batters he can face. McLain has 24, but Lonborg has this little 1 up here, and that means when he gets to the end of his 25 remaining, he started with 28 up here, then there'll be the roll of a 6-sided die, and if it is a 2 or above, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, he'll get an extra 10 batters faced, or maybe not quite 10, but it'll be some extra batters he can face. So here's Freehand, good hitting catcher for 263. That's going to be a strikeout. These pitchers are really good, so I would think it's going to be a pitcher's duel. Willie Horton, 36 homers, quite a power hitter. This could be, no, it's just a single. Lonborg, this is the power column. You can see it was a 1, so down here that equals 1 and 9 is 10. So So it was kind of on the limit of being a single, 9 to 10. I don't know what an 11 is. I guess maybe you can't have an 11. I don't know. You can have a 1 and well, you could have a 2 up here. That'd be 11. So I don't know why they don't have an 11 listed here. But a 12 to 16 is a home run. Maybe 11 is something else. This is a direct port of the board game, so I guess I have the board game too. I could look all that up, but I never do, because this is just too easy and too gorgeously programmed. There, Don Burt. It's a single to left field, so 1 out. Runners on first and second. Northrup is up. He hits .264 with 21 home runs. Good hitter. He could hit into a double play. These ones here indicate a double play. A 35 indicates most likely a double play. It's a lefty-righty matchup. So that is, wow, it's a line out to the shortstop. That saved an extra base hit. And looking at the defense, you can see Yastrzemski is the best defender on the field, I believe. I don't think anybody, maybe Northrup has a 5. I can look here. Northrup, it doesn't say here. Smith is way above average. Canigliaro is above average. Yastrzemski's the best. Great arm. That 5 indicates the best arm possible. Canigliaro has a 4. Then you've got Foy, who's not too bad, although 11 is the worst error rating you can get. Petrucelli's a 1. Good error numbers. Andrews is a 2. Even better error numbers. And Scott is a 1. So it's a good defensive team. Here's Euler now. 2 outs. Euler, terrible hitter. Terrible hitter. Good shortstop. So all glove and no bat. That's going to be a strikeout. So we go to the bottom, we go to the top of the third. Mike Ryan, their catcher, is up. Mike is a good catcher, but not a good hitter. 199 that year batting average. He strikes out. I'm amazed that Boston even has 1 hit against Denny McLain. Jim Lonborg, strikeout. So you can see down here, 3 strikeouts, no walks for Denny McLain at this point. Here's Reggie Smith again. He grounded out to the shortstop. This could be an error. We'll see. McAuliffe is it's practically impossible to get an error. He'd have to have something in the 60s to get an error, but we'll see what happens here. 62. You only go by the first 2 numbers. This 4 in the blue is used for particular exceptional situations, but he needed to get a 61 or higher. He got a 62, so there could be the first big problem. Now this means that he's going to steal no matter what. He doesn't care. He's just got a signal that he has to steal, and it doesn't matter if he gets a good jump or not. So it'll probably be against Freehan, who's a phenomenal catcher. So I don't have a lot of optimism for success here. And though they combine, in this case, they combine the pitcher's hold rating. McLain is below average. Freehan is above average. So this is about, 36 is about half and half. To get a 41 or higher, he'll be safe. 36 or lower, he'll be out. 35 needed a 36, he needed it higher than a 36, so just barely got thrown out. Okay, bottom of the third, McLain is up. McLain, not really a good hitter. It's going to be a ground out to the second baseman. McAuliffe is up, struck out last time, and this is going to be a hit because of the righty-lefty matchup. Right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter, and this 47, and the number down here, if it's this kind of mismatch, they're going to get a hit. If not, it's going to be an out. So that's how you get the advantage, by being a left-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher in this game. Here's Wayne, however you pronounce his last name. He's a terrible, terrible hitter. We'll see. He might bunt. So he's a double play machine. Everything here are double plays. So I could, he'll probably punt, but I'm playing everybody at halfway. At least the computer sets that up initially. Maybe I'm going to bring the third baseman in because I think he's going to bunt to stay out of the double play. But he does not bunt. There's a fly out to center. Okay. The AI in this game is superb. I don't think you'll find it better anywhere. In fact, if the AI does something that I wouldn't have done, I rethink why I wouldn't have done that, and probably will do what the AI did the next time the situation comes up for me. Okay, here's LK line 33, and this is going to be a line drive single to center. Will there be an error? Smith is above average, but it is an error, so they go. He juggled it when the ball came out to him. So now we have runners on second and third, 2 out, and we will not walk freehand because that would put the bases loaded for Willie Horton. So we'll just hope for the best here, and it's a fly out to center field. So it's end of the early innings, going to the top of the fourth, and it is a 0-0 contest. McLain facing Andrews, Mike Andrews. And it's a fly out to center. Here's Yastrzemski. He's a guy who could make a difference. Left-handed hitter against the right-handed McLain. He always hits the ball out to the fence, it seems like, either over or right in front of the fence. Let's see what he does. That's going to be a ground out. He doesn't hit it to the fence. He hits it back to the pitcher. Okay, Tony Canigliaro. This could be out of here. Very slight chance. If they're going to roll a 6-sided dice, if it's a 6, it's a home run. Nope, but it's a single. Okay, George Scott. I thought he would be a bigger double play threat, but I don't remember him being fleet of foot. But we'll see here what happens. 2 out. I'm not worried about double play, actually. This, almost a double or triple. 14-1 adds up to 15 if it added up to 16. If this would have been down here in a 2, in the 4 row for the pitcher, it would have been a double or a triple, probably a double. But it's the 3rd out. So here's Willie Horton. I imagine he got a single the last time. I think this guy's got really good power, although he's penalized, right-hander pitcher, right-handed hitter. So if he gets one of these numbers here, in the 6 column, a 1 row or a 4 row, the worst outcome or the lesser outcome would take place because it's a righty-righty matchup. So instead of a home run, instead of 11, it would be a double. But anyway, let's see what happens here. This is going to be a strikeout. Real pitcher's duel. I guess what else could you expect? Because this is a fictional group of teams playing in a schedule that I guess is based on 1970, but it's like opening days, so you're going to get the best pitchers. Here is Don Wirt. He is going to strike out. And I'm going to sneeze here in a second, so I don't have a cough switch. I used to be in radio, and if you had to cough or sneeze, you pressed a button and the microphone temporarily would silence. But anyway, here's Northrup, lined out to the shortstop. Last time, this is going to be a ground out to the second baseman. Great pitching. We're going to the top of the 5th now. Here is Rico Petrocelli, struck out last time. Kind of a free swinger. This is an example. You got a right-handed pitcher and a right-handed hitter, and in the 3 column, you get this down here in the 6th row. If he had been a left-handed pitcher, it would have been a single. See down here, right-handed pitcher, leaping catch by shortstop. But if it would have been a left-handed pitcher, or I guess a left-handed hitter, but it's really more up to the pitcher here, it would have been a single. So the righty-righty matchup pays off for the pitcher. Okay, 1 out. Here's Joe Foy. He's going to strike out. So what does McLain have now for strikeouts? That's his 4th strikeout. And here's Mike Ryan. He struck out last time. I think he's going to strike out again. No, he's going to get a base hit, I think. Well, yeah, if he can roll a 25 or higher up here with these two dice, he will get a base hit. And this is all based on ballpark effects. All of these things on this card, if you were playing the cards and dice version, you'd have to figure all this out, but the computer does it. It also takes into account whether there's a lot of foul ground space for foul outs or not. Anyway, here it's going to be a fly out to the left fielder. Okay, bottom of the fifth. We're halfway. It's an official game now. Here's Ray Euler. I know that's Euler. Okay, there's a ground ball to the third baseman, one out. Now here is Denny McLain. You can see that McLain has 14 more hitters to face. Lonborg has 11 before it gets calculated whether he gets a few more batters to face. This is going to be a looping drive, but it's pretty hard for Yastrzemski to miss this. It would have to be a 61 or higher for him to miss this. And it's a 23, so he catches it easily. Okay, now Dick McAuliffe is up for the third time. He's 1 for 2, and this is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, and that's the third out. Jim Lonborg leads off. Now you can see over here Lonborg has 9 more hitters to face. And this could be, it's a line out to the second baseman. Top of the order now, third time through for the Red Sox. You can see the Red Sox won 92 games. Detroit 103 games. So Detroit was one of the greatest all-time Detroit teams. Certainly one of the best teams of the 60s for any team. Reggie Smith strikes out. He's 0 for 3. Everybody's 0 for 4 except for Tony Conigliaro, who's got 2 hits. Mike Andrews. There's a base hit that he's going to be forced to steal. So there's Andrews. He's got to roll a 41 or higher, and he rolls a 41. He just barely, by the slimmest, and I mean slimmest of margins, gets a stolen base. So now Yastrzemski could drive him in. This could be the way the game goes here, a 1-0 game. Yastrzemski has not got a hit, and that's not going to be a hit. There's a strikeout, and that ends the inning. Too bad Conigliaro couldn't get up. Okay, Jim Lonborg facing Wayne, and be a pop out to the second baseman. Oh, I hope this isn't a long extra inning game. I didn't think about that. Al Kaline. There's a strikeout. How many does Lonborg have at this point? He's got 6 strikeouts. Nobody has walked. There is a walk. Okay, now Willie Horton. That's going to be a strikeout. So we're going into the late innings, top of the 7th. McLain and Lonborg both looking really strong. Here's Tony, 2 for 2, and that's going to be a strikeout. Okay, here is George Scott. Any of these guys could knock it out. That could be a home run. We'll see. Again, it's it looks like it's a lot harder to hit a home run. I guess you're hitting it over, well, it's Tiger Stadium. You're hitting home runs to right field are a lot easier than to left field, it seems like. There it is. He rolled a 6, and it had to be a 6. Very low odds, but he defied the low odds. He rolled a 6, and the only way you could get a home run here, because of these ballpark effects, was to roll a 6. So there it is. George Scott with the big pop in his bat. This could be it. Both teams have 1 error. You can see they all have 4 hits now. 1 was a home run. Here's a Rico, the free swinger. Wow, this could be a, well, boy, it was so good. Normally, infielder would have trouble with a play like that, but not Euler. And here is Joe Foy. He's got pop. But this is going to be a ground out to the third baseman. Sharply hit. 5-3. Okay, now 5 more Lonborg can only go 5 more, and then we'll see if he gets a boost. Dick Word, terrible hitter. And that's going to be a pop out to the third baseman. I don't think I have to worry about doing any defensive changes here. Foy, is there anybody better than Foy? Jerry Adair. Well, Jerry Adair actually is better. So maybe next inning I'll put Adair in at third base as a defensive change. Here's Northrup. Northrup is playing center field. He's a 5 at right field, but a 4 rated center fielder, and he strikes out. Now here's Ray Euler. He is a terrible hitter, terrible. And that's going to be a deep fly to left field. He nearly hit it out. Okay, top of the 8th. Mike Ryan is up, and Mike Ryan, he almost walked, but McLain is too good of command. Okay, here's Lonborg. We'll let him hit. He strikes out. And here's Reggie Smith. Smith is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He got on with an error one time, but it's going to be a ground out. 3-1. First baseman toss it over to the pitcher covering, and I think we're going to bring in Adair to play third base. A little better. I think, well, I can't remember what Foy was. I think it was a 3, but maybe it was a 2, but I know he was an 11 when it came to errors. Okay, we'll see if they let McLain bat. I bet they do. What will the AI do? Yeah, they're going to let him hit. And he could maybe, there's a little dribbler to the pitcher. It's going to depend on McLain's speed. Oh no, it's not. It's a rare play, so it's going to be some kind of a funky play. There's a looping drive to right field. Canigliera is the home team, is the visiting team, so they subtract 1 from his 4 rating. So now it's a 3. So we'll see. He's got to roll a 3 or less to get the out, and he rolls a 2. So fortunately, he gets the out if you're rooting for the Red Sox. Here's Dick McAuliffe. That's going to be a ground out to Petrocelli. And Lonborg does get a boost. You can see he's got a little 1 up there, and the computer under the hood rolls a 6-sided dice, and it was a 4, and it had to be higher. So anything other than a 1 allows him to face 6 more hitters without a penalty. So he only has 2 more innings to go, and I wonder if they're going to start pinch hitting for these terrible hitters. I don't know if they're, it looks like on the bench, they got Gates Brown, 370, Christian, 333, Norm Cash, Mickey Stanley, Lenny Green, even Eddie Matthews. How old is Eddie Matthews? He's 36. But a lot of people are better than these starters, and yeah, the computer is controlling Detroit. I bet there's going to be a pinch hitter here. I have all the sound turned off, so normally all these things are announced all the time. It's a very great feature, but they're letting him hit. Okay, there's the 3rd out. We're in the 9th, the top of the 9th, starting off with the second slot hitter, Mike Andrews. He's 1 for 3, and he is going to get a hit. Same kind of hit like he got last time, and now he's going to steal no matter what. Was he successful? Let's look at the box score. He has a stolen base. It was Reggie Smith that got thrown out, so maybe he'll get his 2nd stolen base. Carl Yastrzemski. They're going to steal even though Yastrzemski's up. It's one of these things. I think last time he got a 41. He needed a 40. He needs a 41 or higher. Oh, this time it's a 34. It's just barely under, so he's out. Okay, 1 out. Yastrzemski's up. He could hit it out of here. Nope, it's a strikeout. So that is the 9th strikeout for McLain. And technically, this is the last hitter before he'd have to do a check to see if he could get a boost on his batter's face. But here's Canigliera, 2 hits. That's going to be a deep fly out to right up up against the fence, and he could face now 7 more hitters because he passed his check. He has a 1 up here also. It means they got a lot of complete games. This says the pitcher's CG, complete game rating, is a 1. So anything higher than a 1 on a 6-sided dice is a boost. Okay, this is it, and they've got the heart. They call this the heart of the lineup: K-Line, Freehand, and Horton. So we've got our best defense in there, I'm pretty sure. K-Line, he walks. Ooh, Lonborg walks him. Lonborg can face 4 more hitters. Freehand, the AI sets this up for me. I can change it, but it kind of thinks what's the most convenient thing, so I don't have to mess with it. They've got Adair playing in case of a bunt, and the rest of them are halfway to try to get a double play. It's a bunt. Oh, and he fouls it off. Now his bunt rating, it was a 3. I think it was a 3, and now actually it's a 4 because he got that. He fouled it off, so to speak. So now it may be less likely that he's going to bunt. I think I'm going to play everybody halfway now because he could get messed up. He could hit a ball to Adair, and Adair playing in would not be able to try to go for the double play. So, yeah, he's not going to hit a double play. It's a ground ball to third baseman. And he was playing halfway. So at least they got the lead runner. I think if he was playing in, they would have only been able to get the runner at first, so we would have had somebody in scoring position. So that was a smart play for me, if I can be self-congratulatory. Now here's Tony Horton. Now Tony Horton has power, and he could win the game right here with a home run. So what will happen? Will there be a home run? Oh, it's a line out to the shortstop. If he had a little higher number, I don't think high enough though, because even a 3 would have been a 14. That would not have been a double or a triple. So we've got 2 outs and Don Wirt. I wonder who the closer was. If they didn't really have closers in '67, but Sparky Lyle, he could come in against. He's a left-hander. Or this is John Wyatt. He could come in too, but this is still kind of the era when your starters are your best chance. If you're a relief pitcher, it's because you're not good enough to be a starter. Okay, Dick Wirt hits 200. Now I really think they're going to have to pinch hit for this guy. They're down to their last opportunity to win. Yeah, they're going to pinch hit. Gates Brown. Now this guy's got power, and he's got the lefty-righty advantage. He is going to hit it out on any of these, probably a 9. He's going to get all, because it's a right-handed against a left-handed hitter, he's going to get an 11 here, which would be an automatic home run instead of a double. Even this is probably going to be an automatic home run. Even this will probably be an automatic, but this depends on the ballpark effect here when it's shaded like that. Okay, this is it. This is the game. The game is riding right here. Will Brown hit it out and win the game for Detroit? Nope. It's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, and that's the ball game. Lonborg wins, McLain loses. Ooh, McLain lost. And Lonborg was the most valuable player. So this is Lefty Dad signing off from this game from the Diamond Decade series at Replay Baseball. And if you enjoyed this, please give me a like or subscribe. Until next time, see you later.